So we already talked about how when I play D&D, I play with stamps, and this time I wanted to talk about the book itself. So I don't want to show you my terrible drawing, but this is just the kind of title page for my character. Her name is Kadu, and she is a Goliath Ranger. On the front page, I have the most updated versions of things like my armor class, my hit points, and even the experience points. Very simple things that I would need to know for my character. Next page is going to be all of my actual statistics, so strength, dexterity, blah, 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 you know that. I list my feats here, which I also list elsewhere, and then I have things like my alignment and my languages, all the things I would generally need. I have a small list of items here, but I also utilize the back page for additional types of equipment and inventory processes and management. Additionally, we move on from that, I try to think about what I'm going to need most often. One of the things I need most often are my abilities to actually attack, which as a ranger is going to be my weapon attacks. So my glaive and my longbow are going to be my foremost weapons. They're going to be on the front page. I have extra space over here if I have additional weapons, so that my weapons are generally on one page. If I go to the next one, you'll actually see that this has to do with my character species. I'm a Goliath. My subspecies is the stone giant type of Goliath. And then I'm going to have all of my species traits. There aren't a lot of species traits, so they don't need too much space. Ranger, on the other hand, because that is my main class and I don't plan on subclassing, I'm going to have the start off of class features. I transcribe everything from the book, especially because when I'm playing with people who don't play as often and need to have access to the book more than I do, I have all of my information here and they can have access to the book. But one of the things I do make sure of is I have space to write level 2, level 3, all the things I get at different levels, and then I leave lots of extra space for more things I would get later on. Probably should have left more space. Definitely thought Kadu was going to die by now, but she's not. She's level 7. That's pretty good. Spells and spell casting. Again, I transcribe all of the information about certain types of spells that I have. As a ranger, I don't get too many spells, but I do write down the most important one being Hunter's Mark. I do allow myself to know, okay, what kind of school is it and whether or not it requires concentration or a ritual, because those are kinds of things that actually affect when you're playing the game. If you were, let's say, a wizard, you might have a lot more to write down than I would as a ranger. Hunter's Mark is written in here. And then I left a lot of extra space. When we actually get to the game that we're playing, I write the dates of our sessions. And then as we discussed earlier, so here's the date. This one was July 26th, 2025. I write the date of the session, and then I write down all of the information that I personally think is important to my character and what it is that I'm doing. I'm really happy that I chose to use an entire book this time. I don't use this for every character, but I knew when we went into playing this campaign that it was going to be the long haul campaign.